He definitely looks way more badass with gloves. Okay. Now, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what everybody's been talking about for the past week, ever since season 1 ended. We've been talking about what's going to happen in season 2. You know, we've been getting some promo pics. We've been getting like little interviews here and there. If you go on different websites, we've been getting a lot about the season, but we haven't been getting too much. It's been very secretive. It's been very mysterious, you know, and does live up to the hype in the season premiere of season 2 of Young Justice entitled Invasions. Nightwing, so it has to, right? It really has to. Now this episode, it picks up 3 minutes after the last episode of season 1. It picks up like 3 minutes after that happens, and you know, it just gives us like, you know, just a little recap of, the Young Justice team. They celebrate their victory, and then they're talking about what the hell happened, with those like 15 minutes that like 6 Justice League members are just unaccounted for, and then it hits right into 5 years later. All right, it hits right into 5 years later, and that's very interesting because when we've been talking about this season 2, and we've been hearing like word of mouth that Nightwing and stuff's going to be in there. We all thought like just this one episode, at least I did, and I know a lot of other people just thought like this one episode is going to be just like a future episode, and then that'll just be it, and then they'll go back to regular scheduled program, if you know what I mean. But it seems like this season is a 5-year gap between what happened in season 1, and that's very interesting. You don't see that a lot, and the writers and everybody who's working on this show, they take a big risk, because first off, you establish in season 1 all these characters we know and love, all right? And now season 2, you're bringing in a whole nother team. You're bringing in a whole nother team, and you probably won't see like the characters that you grown to love in season 1. You probably won't see them as much as you'll see these new characters, and that's a very big risk for the writers to do. But me being honest, in my opinion, I think it works good. I think it works great, and I think it's just very, just very out there and just very cool and badass for them to just take that risk. So I liked it, and it's just so much that I'm looking forward to, this season. All right, right off the back, this episode hits you with one of them, with one of them little right hooks, with one of them like, oh, them little daisy ones. Like, it hits you hard, and you don't know what to think of it. It hits you with, it tells basically all the fangirls and all the people that's been the shippers, I guess. I'm not really a shipping guy, but all those little shippers for the Super Martian stuff. It basically tells y'all, hey, y'all been shipping this too damn long. All right, y'all been shipping it too damn long. UPS is gonna fuck you up. All right, you better stop shipping. All right, hey, don't go to the post office no more. Don't go to UPS. Don't none of that crap. Stop shipping it, because it ain't no more. Whatever happened after that kiss in New Year's, it didn't carry over to this episode. It did not carry over. So we see that Superboy and Megan, they're broken up, and Megan is going on the bigger fish, I guess we can say, bigger fish. She's hooking up with a Lagoon Boy, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Well, I know how I pronounce it, but they pronounce it different. But it's gonna be some assholes that's gonna comment, hey bro, you said his name wrong, dude. You don't know jack shit about jack shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I can't even really tell you this damn plot in this episode, because I was just so kind of, just starstruck or whatever, just watching this episode. And it doesn't happen a lot to me, to where I don't, because I like to pay attention to stuff, but I can hardly tell you what really happened in this episode, because I was just so excited, just so built up. And when I saw like Nightwing, like for the first time, you know, I just kind of geeked out, and everything else is just kind of blurry to me. Like, and that's me being honest. I can't really tell you too much about the plot of this story, but I can tell you like some amazing stuff. And one of the highlights of this like episode is just seeing, you know, Dick Grayson, you know, aka Robin in season 1, grown up. You know, 5 years later. I think season 1 he was like 13. So 5 years later, what that's what 18. He might be 19. I don't know. He might have to round up a little bit. I don't know, about 18, 19 now. And it's just so cool to see like the kid that you saw young and trying to get to the top, trying to get to that team leader status. He's basically now a team leader or a mentor. And it's just so badass to see him, because I'm more of a Dick Grayson Nightwing fan than I am a Dick Grayson Robin fan. And because there's so many other Robins, but it's only really one Nightwing. You know what I mean? It's only really one true Nightwing, and you gotta love him. Like when you see him, it's just awesome, man. You see, you know, the character design of him. He still has the same voice, but you see in like the way he looks and the way he acts that he's way more wiser than he was when he was 13. And he's a lot more smart and he's a better leader. I think he's now grown into the leader position that he's been trying to get to, and that's what I like to see. And like I said, when I saw it, man, it gave me, you know, just the little shakes. And he looks badass, and I can't wait to see more of him. I really can't wait to see more. You know, another thing that I liked is that, you know, we find out that, you know, Robin, Superboy, and Miss Martian, they're not in the Justice League, all right? They're old enough. I mean, they have the experience enough to be inducted into the Justice League, but, you know, they choose not to, you know, and I like that. They're following their own path. They're following their own destinies, and they, you know, they're basically still on the Young Justice team, but they're like the seniors, you know. And I read in an interview like how you know, Greg, he kind of compared them, like, you know, you know, Robin and, you know, Superboy and Megan, they're like the seniors, and, you know, everybody else on, you know, the new team members are, you know, they're the freshmen. And, you know, the seniors, you know, they teach the freshmen, you know, the ways of, you know, what's going on and how to be, you know, a real hero and stuff. And that's what I like. You know, what it's nothing better seeing, you know, Nightwing direct, you know, Tim Drake, Robin, the new Robin, into how to be, you know, a leader. And I like that part. That was another great scene, you know, when Robin is trying, you know, give a very unconfident Tim Drake, you know, some self-confidence, and, you know, just try to mold him into being this team leader, because I see how Robin sees himself in Tim Drake. I can really see that, how Robin sees himself, because it wasn't that long ago where Robin was in that kind of situation where he was young and where he was judging himself as a leader. And now that he is leader, he's not going to be, you know, on the Young Justice team forever. I mean, it is called Young Justice, so he needs somebody to you know, take that place when he steps down. And who better than, you know, Tim Drake, and who better to, you know, mold than the kid who took his place as Robin. So I really liked that scene. I thought it was just phenomenal. And, you know, I really like the fact that Tim Drake is such a different character than Dick Grayson is, because, you know, we've all heard, you know, everybody been talking, you know, season 1, you know, that Dick Grayson in season 1 was more Tim Drake-ish than Dick Grayson. But, you know, season 2, they really show you that these are two different kinds of characters. You know, they're two different. They're really not that much alike. They're really not. Because, you know, Robin was way more confident. You know, he had his issues with being leader and stuff. But you see that Tim Drake just he doubts himself a lot. He doubts himself a lot, and they're just like way different, and I like that. And I can't wait to see, Tim Drake, rise to the occasion. And, it kind of shows today in this episode. It kind of shows, and he's gonna have a great character arc, and he's got the Red Robin thing going. So, I mean, what else more can you say about that? And what what else I liked about this is, everybody's character design. Everybody else's character designs were all good. Lagoon Boy, Blue Beetle, Wonder Girl. Finally we got to see Wonder Girl. Finally we got to see Batgirl. Batgirl and Wonder Girl fighting together. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but we finally get to see all these characters that we've been hearing so much about. And they all, kind of deliver. They all have their moment to shine. They all have their purpose on this team. And I like that a lot. I thought all their character designs were very cool looking, very unique, and fits their styles. I think Lagoon Boy had the most on-screen action, and that's cool with me. I don't really know too much about the character, but I'm liking him. More and more I see him, and I like his dynamic with Blue Beetle. I think they have that kind of friendship that they shouldn't really be friends. They have that friendship that they always want to one up each other. They're always making fun of each other, and that's always cool to see. Different kinds of friendship, not the buddy friendship that Robin and Kid Flash had, but they have a very different relationship as friends. So I like that, and that's a very unique way to show different ways that people can like each other, I guess. But I like that a lot. Another thing that was very interesting to see is that some of the original Young Justice team members, they've made it to the Justice League. Nightwing, Superboy, Megan, they chose to stay back and stay on the Young Justice team. But you have Zatanna. And you have Rocket, who are certified Justice League members now, and that's good because that tells you, like, even though they were the last two to be on the team, and we don't get to know too much about them, we at least that whatever happened in season 1 to 5 years later, they've been working their asses off to get to that Justice League status, and that's always good to see that somebody made it. Somebody made it. And the two that made it were two girls. So the Justice League been dying for some new girls, and we got two girls, two beautiful girls. So that's always good to see. So congrats to Rocket and Zatanna. So good job. And their older character designs are still look the same, but you can see that they're more mature, more older, and that's pretty cool just to watch people evolve into bigger and better things. So I like it. This episode had a lot of girl power, with Rocket and Zatanna, joining Justice League, and you seeing that they worked their asses off to get there, so you're happy for them. But that girl power really comes strong when you see Wonder Girl and Batgirl team up to fight Lobo. Lobo was the alien bounty hunter. They're teaming up to fight him, and they just kick so much ass, and they do it without no help from guys, and that's what I like to see. I like to see stuff like that because a lot of these superhero girls or women, they get overlooked because of the guys are so popular, and they get their moment to shine. They get like a good decent amount to shine, a good scene to shine, and their character design is good. I like to see Barbara growing up because we see her in season 1. She's still a little young girl. She's not Batgirl at the time. I'm pretty sure she's not. And she's kind of like the girl leader or whatever. Not including Megan, but she's kind of like a girl leader because you see how Wonder Girl takes these orders from her, and you see it's kind of like Wonder Girl is looking up to Batgirl, and I like that. I like that a lot. Wonder Girl, she had a great character design. She seems a little bit younger than Batgirl, but she's powerful. She kicks a lot of a low blow ass. So she kicks a lot of ass. So I like both of those girls. They had their moment to shine. So that's always good to see, and I hope they still get a lot more shine when the season continues. So good job. Oh, yeah, by the way, I know I said low blow, and I said it for a reason, because I know it's going to be somebody who's going to say, hey, yeah, bro, you said his name wrong, bro. You don't know jack shit about jack shit, bro. Overall, I thought this episode was very good. It was a great way to start off season 2. It had everything that I wanted. It had everything that I've been basically predicting for the longest in my Let's Talk Young Justice. The Nightwings with the Wonder Girls and the Batgirls. I said it a long time ago that I felt like they were going to show these characters. and I'm excited to see all of them. I'm excited to see Lagoon Boy, you know, Blue Beetle, you know, everybody, man. Everybody's just looks so cool and so good. I just want to, you know, just hang around all these kids for some reason. Um, but what I'm really most eager to find out is, you know, what happened or what the hell happened to the rest of the Young Justice team, you know, the original team. Because, you know, Artemis didn't get mentioned, Aqualad didn't get mentioned, Kid Flash, my boy Kid Flash didn't get mentioned, man. Not even a peep. You know, I want to know what, you know, happened to these characters that we've grown to love and that we've been following. You know, so you know, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen soon. But that's why I'm more interested in finding out is what happened to them and what they're doing with their, you know, with their lives now. Did they move on to bigger and better things, or, you know, maybe they just got tired and maybe they quit. You never know. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Looking forward to seeing more Batman and Nightwing things, because what was so cool about this episode, it's a point where, you know, you see Robin up front and you see Batman kind of in the back, and you see, well, not Robin, you see Nightwing up front, you see Batman in the back, and you see Nightwing giving orders and giving the directions and the plans on what to do. And that was just so cool to me, just seeing that. You see this kid, you know, who was Robin once upon a time ago, now fully grown ass man, team leader, and you see the guy that mentored him in the back saying, you know what, he's got this, you know, he's got this. All right, I done my job. I ain't gotta tell nobody a damn thing anymore. All right, he's got it now. So that was just a great just part of this that I saw, like, and that I picked up on. So I like that a lot. So this is the 100th episode of the Cirque Show 24/7. I know I told y'all that I was gonna do the 100th episode of the new, you know, Superboy and Superman Go to Mari, but, you know, that kind of have to take a back seat for a while. You know, I kind of lied. All right, I'm sorry. It happens sometimes. It's been a very busy week for me, so I didn't get a chance to record it like I wanted to. My little sister just had her second baby. It's a girl. I always wanted a girl. If anybody knows me, knows that one day, whenever I have kids, whenever I get lucky enough to have a kid, I want it to be a girl. So my sister had a girl, and I'm very excited for that. So I didn't have time to you know, do the video that I want to do for you guys, but it's gonna come out one day. I don't know when, but just look out for that. Don't worry, guys. All right, Let's Talk Young Justice will be back. I promise you. Let's Talk Young Justice will be back. I don't know when, but it will be back. I'm just doing a lot of stuff, and I've been very busy, but you still get some reviews out of me, and I'm gonna probably do a Legend of Korra. I might do one of those pretty soon too. So I'm trying to get caught up on everything. So you just gotta give me time. I just been busy with a lot of stuff. So I'm sorry for the wait and all that. But I will be coming soon. So please like me, follow me on Twitter, poke me on Facebook, if that's a term. I'm on Skype, so Skype me. And this is the Cirque Show 24/7. Be easy.